Oh my gosh, it's Sunday afternoon with me, and guess who's joining us? My good friend, psychic medium, the amazing, the fabulous Lewis Mabee. Are you ready to find out stuff all about what's going on in the world? Stay tuned.
Now shut up, the show's starting.
Hey everybody, happy Sunday. I've got my cocktail. We got some ghoul music. I hope you guys are ready for a fun show. Let's see, there we go. I couldn't see the numbers. I was looking to see how many people are signing in, and a lot of people are signing in, but we all know my special, he's sort of like the on again, off again Sunday co-host of Sunday Afternoons with My Butt, and it's the wonderful, exciting psychic medium, Lewis Mabee. Welcome him to the show.
Hello. How are you, Michael? How is everyone? I'm looking at Tammy and Lori and Barbara DeBella and Angela and Nikki and Lisa and hello.
I know. Hold on. I got to get over there. Who am I missing? There's Bobby and Lisa Gooch and Nikki and Angela. All the way to Barbara DeBella, Lori, Tammy, Sparky. Just call me Sparky.
Just call me Sparky.
There they are. Wow. Look at that. Amy, Cindy. Hey, Cindy Taylor, how are you? Karen F is here. Oh my gosh, there's Bobby. Let's see, there's Karen.
Who's listening?
Bobby.
Hi,
Bobby,
Lisa.
we'll get to you in a bit. Give us some time to get the show rolling and get our juices going. So, okay, are y'all ready for this? Okay. Meanwhile, while we're all sitting here in America, having the first day of spring,
happy spring.
Lewis is packing. He's heading to Portugal for a much needed vacation. Not that he just wasn't in Vegas. In Los Angeles, but he's now going to Portugal. Are you excited?
Portugal. And then Gran Canaria after that.
What?
Yeah.
The Gran Canary? Get the hell out of here.
Yeah. So I'm going by myself, but I'm meeting a friend who lives in Lisbon, and I'm going to be in Lisbon for 5 days. Right. And then I'm going to go to Gran Canaria and meet up with other friends that live there part-time.
Awesome. Everybody checking in. I'm Michael Arrington. It's Afternoons with Michael, and we've got people from all different platforms. We've got the Paul Lynde group. Everybody, there's a little Paul Lynde for you. I play Paul Lynde in the upcoming show that's going back out on the road this fall. But you're also on the Esther Goldberg platform, the Michael platform, so many different platforms. The Politics is a Drag platform. And if you haven't seen the new episode, we'll play it later. But and I always have incredible guests. And my guest this week, of course, is Lewis Mabee. And he's live from Kitchener. Is it You're in Kitchener right now?
No, I'm actually in Woodstock.
Okay, Woodstock. By the time I get to Woodstock, we'll be tired as hell. Different Woodstock. But
very different Woodstock.
But you live in Toronto.
I live in Toronto, yes.
Right. And so I just was letting everybody know, because there's all you different platforms here. And I know some people go, what? Yeah, that's not Paul Lynde.
We have more platforms in a condominium.
Right. So I just want to explain to everybody. So if you have questions, you can do that. If basically Lewis sometimes can pick stuff up.
Not sometimes, all the time.
All the time.
Sometimes.
When he focuses.
Right.
And everything. So let's just get right to it.
Amy, I'll be in the UK in July, just FYI.
Oh, there are some UK people here that pop in. I don't know where they're at, but you'll be there when, in July?
Oh, sorry, Tommy, not Tammy. Sorry, Tommy. I'll be there in July. I'll be in London. I'm going to go up to Edinburgh. I'm going to go to Oxford, York, and I have to go back to Bath. So that's
back to Bath
on the agenda so far.
Well, everywhere. There's Vicky, more people. Let's see. Bobby says she's jealous. Hi, Sparky. But anyway, so okay, I'm not going to put everything up. Lewis can actually read some of the stuff, so sometimes I'll put it up. But if he reads something and picks it up, I'll locate it and put it up. But Lewis, okay, everybody that has tuned into the show this year, from January the 1st. You and Debbie Tatel were on the show that day. Remember?
Yeah,
I
very
had
first.
I had both. I had a psychic stereo on that day. But
Hope we don't
you
miss.
but you both basically validated each other
Mhm.
with something terrible,
Yeah,
earth-shattering,
yeah,
changes so big that was going to happen in March,
yeah.
and we had no idea. I don't even know it was I what was well, Putin has been threatening to take over Ukraine forever, but not as strong. It wasn't that strong in January,
Yeah,
right?
right. Well, as we now know, China was in on it as far as the knowledge, but had requested him not to invade until after the Olympics.
Which was the lowest rated Olympics ever.
Well, do you wonder why?
Yeah. But so I guess what I was gonna make the point of, it happened. What has happened in Ukraine is not just Ukraine, it's the entire world in
It's
which
the
it
entire
happened.
world. Yeah,
But refresh my memory, and who knows? Because with the world and the vibes, things change. It
yeah,
just does.
yeah.
But I remember specifically your feelings
Mhm.
were that this was going to be major shift in the world.
Absolutely.
We're going to go through so much crap.
Yeah.
It's going to seem awful and terrible, but we're going to come out of this stronger and better. Am I right?
Right, because what's going to happen, and just an FYI, hi Crash, I'll be there tomorrow in Kitchener, by the way. um, um, yeah. So what's going to happen is, and whether you agree or not with this war, I feel like has to happen on a global sense. I empathize and I have sympathy towards anyone that has been under any kind of duress with what Putin's invasion has done in the Ukraine with people and the killings and all that sort of thing. But it's allowing us to raise our vibrations and come together as a global community.
Global community, right?
And it's like when the bully has been able to pick on one person forever, and then all of a sudden there's this synergy of new energy that forms, and it's like retaliation against the bully, and we're able to stop the bully. That's what's going to happen.
Mm.
And it's something where, as I'm going to call it a global nation, because we are moving towards that energy of, yes, we're still going to have Canada, the US, Europe, and European countries, but I think this is actually going to deflate a little bit in NATO, and something else is coming in its place that's stronger.
Do you think it's a unit? I don't think we're going to get rid of NATO. I think what's going to happen is we're going to be united even stronger. As I think, do you feel it's NATO, but a stronger version of NATO? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, and so there could be an offshoot of NATO, but we have to realign it, because right now NATO isn't offering any kind of no-fly zones and that sort of thing over the Ukraine. And both Canadian and American governments, and even the UK governments, they're providing sanctions towards Russia and the oligarchs, but yet they're not interfering. And I think that's very wise on all countries' parts, because if they do interfere, then we're not going to get the result where we need to go. Even though it's still devastation, it's still destruction, there's still killings, and there's still senseless violence.
Right. Like this morning, they rolled a tank up to a nursing home and started blasting it and killing people.
Yeah.
I mean, crazy.
Right.
I feel that, my opinion is just my opinion, but I just feel like, I don't, it's so confusing because I want Biden just to go in. I mean, what is the difference between giving them weapons and not helping them?
Right.
We're helping them, but it's like,
because if you put American people there to fight, then that gives Russia a whole new bandwidth to work with. There you go. Richard, I don't think it's a utopia either. Yeah, no, we're not going to peace and love utopia, but we are going to a better sense of what we as people, as human beings, need to start doing more often to combine our energies so that we are like look at what's happened since COVID. Like there's been two sides of COVID, like the pro and the gains,
right.
And everyone is entitled to their opinion. Doesn't mean that we always need to have it or be given to it, but they still entitled so the opposites are, and even with like going back to Sarah Palin, and she kind of created this whole new republic kind of like espionage kind of party, and it's the huge divides that are going to actually build bridges, and
Right.
we're at that point now where it's coming soon, and the war is not going to be over anytime soon. I saw someone ask me that the war is not going to be over anytime soon, but it's not going to last forever, and you'll probably be seeing like maybe mid-summer as to the shift of power is being recognized, and someone's going to have to go underground.
Well, it's Putin is a war criminal. He is now a bona fide, officially war criminal.
Yep.
I mean, that man can't live his life, the rest of his life anymore, without knowing that a bullet's going to hit him in the head or wherever. And I hope to God it happens. I don't wish death. You're not supposed to wish death upon anybody, but I do. I'm sorry. Screw him. That's my feeling about Putin right there. It's just it's the children, it's the kids, it's these babies that is what is affecting me. You were talking about the world coming together.
Right.
Because COVID split us apart.
Oh yeah.
And it split America apart, but it wasn't just in America, it was around the world too. People didn't want to get their vaccinations. And here's my opinion, it's like you said, people can do whatever the hell they want to do. If you don't want to get the vaccination, fine.
Yeah.
I'm boosted. I want to live, because they've already proved most of the people who are dying are the ones that refuse to get the vaccinations or the boosters. So you just take your own life into your own hands. And I just say, more power to you.
That's right.
That's the way it'll be.
That's free will.
Yeah, thank you. It's free will.
And one thing I want to say on a spiritual level about the senseless killings of Ukrainians and even some Russian, even the children. And I know this is hard to wrap our heads around, because we are humans with a human brain. Right. But on a spiritual level, before those people, regardless if they were fresh out of the womb or if they're 87, those people in their own life charts as a soul, so take away the human components, take away the emotions, as a soul has said, I am willing to give up my human life to learn a soul lesson. And so the people that have perished in this war, it was predetermined from a soul perspective, not a human perspective. And they're two different things. It's like there's divine timing and then there's human timing, which goes to hell in a handbasket in any given moment. So on a soul level, the people that have died in this war have completed this human life mission,
right?
And they're graduated. They did what they had to do, and regardless if they were 2 months old or 200 years old, they did what they had to do on a soul level, and it was time for them to go back home.
Right. And those spiritual people, that are watching, there you go. It's right, Amy. You always want to know how that works, and as Bobby said, exactly. We see the carnage and the people and what have you, and it's just sad when you see these families split apart and whatever. But it is. Oh, by the way, Corby Mittlett Hey, Corby. What did she say? Bingo, Lewis. Pre-birth planning as spoken about in Robert Schwartz's book series. We international personality, incarnational. Is that right?
Incarnational personality.
Incarnational personality are playing a part with scripts,
Incarnates.
and often we forget that. Amen.
Well, it's because we're human, and we don't, and everything to us is always like, as humans, but as a soul, because it's like when we talked about this before, Michael, about how to identify if you're a young soul or a new soul, and I always use the 9/11. So anyone that's old enough to remember 9/11, if you were an old soul, you'd be like, and you just found out 9/11 happened, and you'd be like, oh my gosh, I hope everyone's okay. We'll get through this. A new soul would be like, oh my God, the sky's falling. We're going to all die. It's all doomsday.
Right.
That's how we can distinguish between if we're an old soul or a new soul. And
religious loony on the line. In the holy name of Jesus, I bind this reading. Look at this. In the holy name of Jesus. You know what, Margie? Shove your Bible up your ass. I don't have time for you.
Who do you think Jesus was? He was called a prophet. Prophets are psychics.
People like her.
So,
the hell
and I strongly believe in God, and I believe this is my God-given talent.
I just blocked her. I can't. I have no time for Jesus freaks.
Right.
I just have no time, and especially when they start spewing Bible crap.
Yeah.
That, don't get me started. Don't get me. I'm a spiritual person. I'm a spiritual person. Somebody sent me a picture the other day from somebody's religious track, and it was a picture of Jesus with a cross around his neck. Like, did he have a freaking premonition? Did you see that? I'm like, what? And these people, that's crazy. Hey, Jennifer Greenberg. That is Jennifer Greenberg. If that's the Jennifer Greenberg, I think it is. Is that Jennifer, makeup artist extraordinaire?
Ooh.
Yeah, but Jennifer was one of the first people that were involved with the Paul Lynde show. If that's the right Jennifer Greenberg, she's amazing, and I knew her when she was just starting out. Now she's like a major makeup, and it is. I guess it is. She's a major player in makeup and stuff. What a sweetheart. So anyway, that's what everybody wants to know about is what's happening, what we feel. And so we got to ride it out.
That's right.
And believe that, Putin, history always shows that people like Putin never succeed.
That's right.
They eventually come down.
Right.
And they're all screaming about, but it's nuclear weapons. He's so narcissistic. He isn't going to blow himself up.
He can't blow us up because then what? Nothing.
And, see, that's the thing. Okay, this is my opinion on the whole thing. That's why I'm like, we just need to go in there and just send the troops and blow Russia the hell out of Ukraine. But everybody's like, oh my God, he's got nuclear weapons. He's going to blow up the world. No, he's not.
He's not.
He's
not going to touch them.
And I just keep wanting Biden to call his bluff.
Yeah.
And this is what sadly could be Biden's downfall. And with his
I think he is calling his bluff by not recognizing it.
Maybe so.
I think there's a strategy behind that, and I think that's going to come out closer to May. But what was I going to say?
Well, Jennifer said I was sweet. Thank you, Jennifer.
He's changed, Jennifer.
Yeah, I've
He's
changed.
old and bitter now.
But Paul Lynde's going to be in Los Angeles in September, Jennifer, but I can't release the information yet. Coming soon. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. Let's see. Here we go. Here, Bobby. This is the question Bobby was asking. If you feel anything there.
Question 1: am I on the right track on missing persons, Caitlin? I think I found city people involved in area, but I don't want her killed as I feel it.
Huh?
Is this a homeless situation or is this a runaway situation?
Yeah. So the person's name is Caitlin. You think you found a city where people are involved in the area, but I don't want her killed. So am I closed? I feel it. There you go.
Because there's a big, huge abandonment energy around Caitlin, and she was adopted in Canada.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense with the with the abandonment. You got to dig deeper. You're on the right track, Bobby. You got to dig deeper. There's someone that's lying, or maybe you haven't talked to the person yet, but there's someone that's lying, and it seems to me that yeah, that makes more sense to me too, because it seems to me like she's walking around like a zombie. So she's been programmed and that sort of thing. So dig what you probably already do this, so I'm just saying this just for the sake of saying it. Just make sure your bullshit meter is on to stun, so that way when you're gathering a little bit more information, because you're on the right track, like I said, but just when you know that someone's giving you bullshit, then throw punch them.
There you go. There you go. So, I mean, as far as the world, how much is gasoline in Canada?
Well, it depends where you are. Like I'm in Toronto, so it's $1.70 Canadian, so that's 6 something maybe in America. But then over in
liters or gallons there, right?
We're in liters,
right? Which is less than
yeah. Well, over in British Columbia and Vancouver, it's $2 Canadian a liter, which is like horrible.
What is $2 a liter? What is that? I'm terrible at the thing. I forget how currency
right
changes. I mean, that's the other thing is, they're blaming Biden. The Republicans are blaming Biden for the gas, and you go take your finger out of your ass and realize the president does not control the gas prices.
No,
it's
the
controlled
Saudis
by
do.
the Saudis do. OPEC does, and OPEC is not helping us at all.
No,
because they're making money. I mean, why is it that they say oil's going up, and before they actually goes up at the stock market the next day, they've already
jacked it up.
They've already jacked it up at the pumps.
And yet we've already paid for it at a different price.
And they're making record profits.
Yeah.
Which is why the Republican side, they don't want electric cars.
No.
They want gas.
They want
oil.
Coal and gas.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Corby already did it for us.
There you go. Yeah.
Let's see. Gas company is roughly $5.79 per US. Used to do it all the time when I was on the Travel Channel. But no, it's not. Listen, the Saudis got us right where they want us.
Exactly, because that's the only way they can control us.
and then this all happened before. This happened when the gas shortage in the
70s.
And then a few years ago, under George W. Bush or George H. Bush, gas had gone up to $4 something a gallon. Yeah. I put the meme up the other day. I said, people, you forget this has happened before.
I think if Angela is here from Australia, like I think it's even more in Australia.
Yeah, Angela, if you're listening, I know you are because you said it's really early. There it is.
There it is, $3 a liter. So that's even more than Vancouver, which is the most expensive place for gas, I think, in Canada. I think
Barbara said it was $6.29 yesterday.
Jesus,
holy crap! Hey, Deanna Sharia Moore, nice to see you. Wow, I've always wanted Galveston Island to have golf carts only. But I mean, it's like my friend Judy Diamond. Judy.
Yep.
Judy is the assistant to Ruta Lee, the fabulous Ruta Lee, and Judy just bought a Tesla, but she can't get it until December.
I know. I went on the Tesla website to see what and I'm like, oh, you can't get to 23.
You know what I want? You know what car I want?
What?
The Cadillac Lyric. Oh my God.
Oh wow.
They start off at 56,000. They are so gorgeous.
Yeah.
So gorgeous. Which reminds me, tomorrow I have to go. I'm at that age where I have to go take the driver's test and everything tomorrow. They just sent me a message. Shut up. After a certain age, you can't go every 8 years. You have to go every 4 years.
And everyone knows that. Then they know how old you are.
I know. So tomorrow I go, and I've actually been studying because they trick you on these right turns and left turns and whatever. I'll laugh if I flunk it.
Barbara Rocco, ask your son what he wants to do on his own, because I keep feeling there's a big energy where he can be self-employed.
Barbara Wacko. What did I lose?
She had a question earlier, and I read it, but I was on another
Ah,
call.
gotcha.
So I don't understand. Okay, what if we were still making our own gasoline?
Where is this at, Kayla? Okay, what if we were still making our own? What are you talking about, Kay? If we were still making our own gas? I mean, you mean drilling? I mean, we have oil in America.
In Canada has a huge percentage of oil in our ground, but we have to sell it and we have to buy it back. So,
which was part of the pipeline to
right.
come from Canada to America.
Yeah.
And then they stopped it because it's all politics.
Write down all that information, Richard, and keep writing as your dreams continue where you left off, kind of thing, because it looks to me like you're dialing into someone's energy, and it just needs to be formulated a lot more.
Hey, everybody tuning in. There's a lot of people popping in. I'm Michael Arrington with Sunday Afternoons with Michael. As you can see my Paul Lynn thing right back there. There's Paul, and then Esther characters that I play, which is why I'm on all the different platforms. But my special guest is the fabulous Lewis Mabee, psychic medium, intuitive. And we've just been discussing, and there's a few other great psychics, Corby Mitlid here in the room. And we've just been talking about the world affairs and psychically what they feel. I mean, listen, people, they're not giving us the final answers on anything. It's what they feel. And for those tuning in, Lewis was here on January the 1st and picked up something major, life shifting was going to happen in March. And, when it started to happen, I went, Lewis, do you remember you came on January 1st when we decided to do a last minute show and you felt this was going to happen? So those tuning in right now, that's what you're listening to. And sometimes Lewis will see different things in the comment thread, and he picks stuff up. And so we were lucky to have him until he comes back April the 4th. Anyway, so let's see. What do we got over here? Hey, Sparky Tuttle. What is it? $3.89. That's cheap.
Yeah, for Bobby, because Bobby says gas was $3.89 in Texas.
Oh yeah, because it's Texas and they got oil things and stuff right
there. They have their own private hoses off of the rigs.
Out in off the rigs, off the Gulf and stuff like that. Yeah, I think it's like $4.69 here in Vegas. I think I saw the cheapest. Not that I buy gas at all.
Hi, Kathy.
And hey, Kathy Sydney, where are you from, Kathy? You're a new face. Thank you for popping in. But yeah, so let's see. So we've covered that. Let's see.
Energy. We were just talking about that before we went live, about how you're starting to get your.
Oh, okay. Everybody remember that we had this discussion about a month ago here on the show, and I was talking about what is it? My energy level, by being able to wake up in the morning, I have an idea and I'm going to set the world on fire, and then I lose my motivation. There was no motivation. We found out everybody was going through this. It was the planets or what have you, but we were all dealing with this unmotivated thing. And all of a sudden you told me, you said, Mike, you're going to wake up one morning and it's going to be like, poof, someone stuck an air thing up my ass. And all of a sudden I'm ready to face the world. And that happened in the past week and a half. And basically last week.
Yeah. And so if you haven't had that happen to you yet, whoever is watching and is still feeling depleted or unmotivated or whatever, don't you worry, it's coming in the next couple of weeks, if not sooner. So
but the motivation's there. So we've got the new Politics as a Drag series coming, Totally Twisted America. We just finished the script this morning on that new series. And the Paul Lynn page is growing. The Paul Lynn page, if you go to the Paul Lynn page, I run that since I have the rights with the estate and everything. So that's growing. So we're just growing so many more TV projects and things like that. And it's exciting. Let's see over here. What do we got? Virgo moon next. Oh, Kathy's from Scotland, Ontario, Canada.
That's north.
Up north?
That's north. Way up north.
Wow. Our government is looking at dropping the mandates. And
yep, they will.
Goes back to America. They're dropping the mandates everywhere. Right now, they just extended to like planes and trains and buses, public transportation. I guess it's till April 18th, I think, in America, in the United States. But
tomorrow Ontario lifts their mask mandate, except for in public transportation and hospitals.
Well, that's the way it is here.
Yeah.
Hospitals and public transportation.
Yeah.
But everywhere else is fine. And like I said earlier, if you got vaccinated and boosted, you have nothing to worry about.
But please, south of Brantford, Scotland's south of Brantford. Shit, you're near me right now. I'm in Woodstock. I thought it was way up north.
Oh, y'all should have lunch. You should have tea.
You should have tea. It's not a tea, darling.
Tea. But yeah, I mean, the public transit is fine. I mean, there's still people screaming and yelling and fighting. I'm not going to wear a mask.
You know what? By all means, just because the mandates are dropping, and if you don't feel comfortable without wearing your mask, please wear your mask. Just continue wearing your mask. No one's gonna. I mean, yeah, if you get if anyone looks at you funny, and if they don't know you, who gives a flying fuck?
Right.
Like do you, boo, and be safe. Like my mom, she's elderly. She's not, on her deathbed, but she's decided that she's going to continue wearing her mask.
Right. And there are people that are. You can wear your mask if you want to. Like I said, don't get me started on these crazy people.
Oh, Benjamin, I am so, you know what? If you didn't take any sick days or any time down throughout this pandemic, God bless you, because we need more of your resilience in this world. Driving a city bus and having to wear a mask and put up with people that were, oh, no. Good for you, April, or good for you, Benjamin. I'm loving these comments today. They're all over the place.
I know, they're everywhere. Hold on, my little boyfriend who's in Italy.
Oh, which one? The Italian one?
Amancio. He's telling me, he goes, I paid for my first 15 English classes today.
Yeah, Corby, the new Delta. You keep going.
Okay, sorry.
The Delta.
Sean, I'm talking to my boyfriend in Italy.
I'll
He's
take
actually from Brazil. But go ahead. Corby, go on. Talk amongst yourselves.
All right. I think it's gonna be one of those things where it's not gonna hit everywhere. I think it's gonna hit in pockets, and then it's gonna go away even quicker than what the Omicron presence was. But I don't think it's gonna be as severe as the Omicron with the Deltacron, because of the vaccinations. I think the vaccinations are more aligned with stopping or preventing the Deltacron full effects. So yeah, it's still going to be, depending on where you are in the world, hotspots, but it doesn't seem like it's a full-fledged on, even though it looks like it might be at first, but it doesn't feel like it's kind of like when you drop a pebble into a water and it has ripples, while the ripples just fade. That's what it feels like to me. So
where's from? Benjamin's Louisville.
He's from Louisville, Kentucky.
You know what? April 18th, I don't think they're going to extend it anymore. I just think they were being cautious because, as we all know, the mainstream media goes crazy. The mainstream media, I mean, they clickbait you into watching stuff, and they were screaming. What was it they were doing the other day? New Omicron virus. It's more contagious. The new variant is more contagious than Omicron. Blah blah blah. But they neglect to finish what they have to say, which is, if you've been vaccinated and you have your whatever, it's hardly going to affect you. It may be like mild flu symptoms, but they make it sound like it's the end.
And I don't think it's even mild flu. I think it's going to be more mild. I feel like I'm coming down with a cold.
Right, is what it is.
Yeah.
Let's face it, and you can tell me if I'm wrong. It's going to become like the flu shot every year. Basically,
if you choose to have your flu shot, then you get a booster, COVID booster shot.
Right.
I think one thing I feel like needs to be said about how the main, and I love the fact that we have to call it mainstream media.
Well,
it's no longer just the media or news outlets, it's mainstream. I feel like if governments weren't able to fund them, we'd have more of an honest conversation of what is actually going on.
Right. Because, well, that's like PBS.
Yes.
PBS has has really good news. I made this remark. I think it was last week. I don't know if I did it with. I don't know what you want. I said someone asked me where do I get my news? Well, I used to get my news from Al Jazeera, and people was like, "What?"
Yep.
And I said because it was real news.
It's real
It
news.
wasn't
Yeah.
clickbait.
Right.
There's Amancio.
Here he is.
Hola. Thank you, Amancio. 15 classes. Okay, that's my boyfriend. Okay.
In Italy.
He's in
He's in
Italy,
Italy.
but he's from Brazil. He's in
He's
Italy
from
right
Brazil
now.
originally, now he's in Italy. Yeah.
Now he's going back. So I just sent him the link. But oh god, I just had a brain fart. What was I saying?
News media.
Yes.
Al Jazeera.
No, Al Jazeera. And you're right. You know, back in the day, I mean, do you remember when CNN? Remember when
It's actually
CNN
news.
yeah, it was all the news every half hour. On every half hour there was news. What are you laughing at?
Because of that, because of CNN, because what it is today.
Yeah, CNN is like could not be news. I don't know what the CNN
Maybe. Did you fact check it?
No, it's nothing but talking heads spewing crap on both sides.
On both sides, exactly.
Listen, when America has a news network that is being used for propaganda in Russia, you know there's an issue. It's like Fox. What is it? Tucker Carlson. You know. Tucker Carlson is crazy. I mean, they're using him in Russia, and now he's upset that they're using him in Russia. And I'm going, Tucker, fucker Carlson. You know, you deserve it. You know, I love the guy that like started yelling at him in a store. Good. You know, you cannot. I'm sorry. It's the same way with Canada. You're going to protect and honor your country. When you live in the United States of America, you pledge of allegiance to the flag. You do not pledge of allegiance to a sickle and that red flag in Russia. And these people, there are actual a couple. Actually, Mitch McConnell said they were a small group this morning on the news, but there are actually senators and some House members, congressmen who are voting or are rooting for Putin. That one little guy, the idiot in that wheelchair, Matt, call him. He's in the next episode of Politics. Yeah, he's in the House of Representatives. He's in a wheelchair, and he's always getting in trouble. I mean,
I saw a meme about him.
Oh yeah, I'll wait till you see this week's Politics as a Drag.
Actually, I think it might have came from Esther.
Huh?
I think the meme actually meant it came from Esther.
No, we probably did. Oh yeah, it was probably for me. But in the new Madison Crawford, thank you. In the new episode of Politics as a Drag that we're writing, that I'll be shooting in the next couple of days, just think of Baby Jane Hudson, and you wouldn't treat me this way if I were a cripple in a wheelchair. That's all I'm going to tell you. That's a funny bit that's coming up. Yeah, it's very funny. But anyway, so yeah, writing that. Oh, they give me the news gives me so much to play with.
You know what? It's a comedian's like wet dream.
It's a comedian's wet dream. But yeah, so we're for those of you who haven't seen it, before we leave here, I'll play this week's episode of Politics as a Drag if you want to see it. But hey, TJ Marsh, how are you? Amy, thank you very much. And
he is funny, isn't he, Amy? Funny to look at too.
So I have to show you. I don't think I've talked about Amancio before.
No, not on there. To me,
have we talked about? Have we?
Yeah,
because he lived in Brazil and was in Italy, and then he was stuck there during the pandemic, and then he went back to Brazil, and he came back to Italy, and then went back down again to the pandemic, and he wanted to come here. And so anyway, yeah, that's him. But let's see,
Richard, that's a good point. Don't take it seriously. That's the thing. Do not take this seriously. This is kind of like, when you're in drama class and you're trying to get it all together and to put and get on stage and do the best performance you can. But in the practice and in the rehearsals and the warm-ups, it's all silly fun and games. That's what's going on right now. So please do not take this seriously.
Right. And on that note, what I'm going to do is we got a couple of minute break here. And what I'm going to do is we're going to put up this week's. Okay, this is what we're doing with Esther. This is the latest episode of Politics as a Drag. If you haven't seen it, go to the Facebook page or go to YouTube and share it with your friends. And here we go.
Hi, this is Esther Goldberg back with a new season of Politics is a Drag, America in Divorce Court. If you haven't noticed from that rock you might just be apparently living under, this country is divided like oil and vinegar, and trust me, it won't even get together after you've tossed the salad. You know what I mean? Wink, wink. Yes, people, it's time. It's time to protect America from itself. You hear me, Republicans? And with the 2022 midterms and the 2024 looming in the future, we need to keep reminding everybody of the right-wing lunacy out there. And why are the Democrats not challenging anything? They're like lost farts in a blizzard. Anyway, let's head down south to Trump country, where Mississippi governor and the man who always has a look of severe constipation on his face with that bad haircut, Tate Reeves, signed into law another slap against critical race theory. Yeah, the crackdown on certain teachings about race is part of a national effort by Republicans to remove critical race theory from school curricula, even where it doesn't even exist. It's basically white people not wanting their kids to know the truth about the hate and that their white grandparents and their parents keep spreading. Yeah. Speaking of Tate, I'm sorry, hate. Funny how that rhymes, isn't it? Let's head east of the old Mississippi to the sunshine state of Florida. The only place on earth that creates a crisis just to find a solution for it. Now it's their Don't Say Gay bill. Yeah. No more education about gay lifestyles in school, leaving trans and young kids to face even worse bullying. Imagine that. A state trying to make their citizens even dumber. And thanks to this wannabe Trumpkins, he gained the nickname Governor Death Sentence during COVID. But now, let me tell you something. He'll have more blood on his hands with the very first suicide of a gay teen under this. You should be so ashamed, DeSantis, because that's not what your Jesus would do. So, let me tell you something. When this happened, the happiest place, and sometimes the gayest place on earth, got caught with their Mickey pants down. Oh yeah, turns out Disney had given over $250,000 to Florida Republicans who supported the gay bill. Oops! You don't piss off the queens, or you don't piss off heiress Abigail Disney. Yeah, that Disney. She wasn't too happy either, and she actually tweeted, when one side is asking to wipe the other side from the face of the earth, whether for reasons of sexuality, race, or for any other reason, looking from the sidelines is craven and morally bankrupt. Newsflash, DeSantis doesn't give a shit. And speaking of shit, poster boy for rosacea and cheap liquor, Steve Bannon is at it again. You see, his bloatness actually said this: Putin invading Ukraine? That's a good reason to impeach Biden. I don't care how much Media Matters and Mediaite and MSNBC don't like to hear it, okay? He's getting impeached. Well, newsflash, Stevie, you are still indicted and facing federal prison time. The good news is, gym blossoms will reduce when your fat ass is behind bars. Speaking of gin, Ginny Thomas, the $1.98 beauty pageant reject and wifey blue of Supreme Court Justice Clarence, where the white women at, Thomas, attended the January 6th rally. She attended it. The wife of a Supreme Court Justice. She said she left before all hell broke loose. Well, of course she did. But please, what the hell was she doing there in the first place? Stay tuned. And finally, a reason for term limits. The senator who looks like an ancient wide-mouth bass, 88-year-old Chuck Grassley, is running again. What the hell? He'll be 94 if he lives that long. And if all else fails, the job for the new crypt keeper is open, Chucky. Anyway, this is Esther Goldberg for Politics is a Drag, and we'll see you next time. Oh, Ramon, could you make Mommy a Trump cocktail? You know, the one that's made from fresh squeezed lies and poured over indictments, and then it leaves a streak in your undies. I'm out of here.
Is that too funny?
That's awesome.
I thought you saw that before. Because I saw you looking
I
going,
did see it, but I'm like seeing it again and being able to like sit back from it.
right.
Yeah.
So that's this week's episode is going to be a hoot and a half. So I figure my job right now with Esther and Frank Hagan, who helps me write these things, is to kind of like put add a little bit of comedy, lightness to this craziness in the world. And that's what we're trying to do.
So right now, make a wish, everyone, because it's either 111 or 444, depending where you live.
Why that? What am I
The
missing?
time 111. You're 111 or 444.
Oh, I have 1444.
Oh, okay. Well then, sorry, 444 for us.
It's okay. Hey, hi, hello, Facebook user. I don't know who you are, but you're a Facebook user. And there's my little boyfriend, and that's Imancio. Isn't he cute?
That's the PG version.
Hush.
And look at who joined us, Champers.
I know Champers was sitting here staring at me, and there he is. Everybody knows 15 years, going to be 16 years with this little guy. Doesn't he look like a little husky now? He's just so cute.
He does. He's like, did Taki find Solomon's tomb? It's the Red King tomb he read inside. How can I preserve it, or will it be lost? Hebrew history. He sold them red mercury, but the scroll. Am I going to save it? There's a lot of crossing out here. It just, I don't know. This to me is feeling like half truths, not really. I would proceed with caution with that one, Bobby. There is something going on where it kind of smells.
Oh, hi, TJ. There you go. This is why I stopped the show and let everybody know. TJ, this is Lewis Mabee, is a good friend of mine. And this Lewis comes on Sundays when he can. And he's a psychic medium, intuitive, healer. Does past lives. He's a very good friend, and he's amazing. And he comes on the show, and we just have fun on Sundays. And sometimes he picks things up from people who are leaving comments or ask questions. We can't, it's not going to happen to every single person that comes in, but sometimes he feels that stuff. And I guess the main topic today was back January 1st. Lewis had said something's going to happen in March that was going to change the shift of the world. And it was not going to be pretty. And, they got it right. So anyway, let's see. What did she say? Taki is looting. I knew.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Cause it's very, like, it's just a lot of shady, just a lot of like, ugh. And you get your hunter weather boots out, because you're going to be, if you keep going, you're going to be wading knee high deep in bullshit. So, yeah, this is, again, use your spidey senses when it comes to the bullshit meters and all that sort of thing, Bobby.
Yeah, thanks. It's true, TJ. The more you learn, the more you see, the more you learn.
Isn't that like an ABC thing back in the day about that infomercial where I forget.
Junction, what's your function?
Like that.
Remember all those things, like Schoolhouse Rock?
Schoolhouse Rock, yeah.
And they did it with politics too. They did a bunch, and they don't do that anymore.
No, they don't, because we're so dumb.
Yeah, well, that's it. Dumb and Dumber. Welcome to the United States. Look at that face. Look at him.
Know, right? He's like, should I go to sleep? Should I stay awake? Should I lick his hand? Like, oh my God, options.
No, he was. We had a little bout with him about a week ago, 2 weeks ago. He had some heart murmur situation, and he had an upper respiratory problem, and then we got that fixed. He got his oh yes, and he got that fixed. But if you saw him, he's a little old man, but he still jumps on the bed. He runs down the hall. He has more energy. But his new thing, I don't know if anybody has had pets during the pandemic. You have a cat.
Yep.
But but cats are different than dogs. They have a whole different mentality. But if you had pets, especially dogs, they were used to you being around for almost 2 years, 24/7.
Yeah.
And when you leave, they get crazy. And this one, this little fart here goes nuts. He accepts me going to the gym in the morning. Other than that, I get yelled at.
Right.
I caught him the other day because his hearing it's not gone. He still
No,
can
it's
hear
like
it, but I can sneak
yeah,
in quicker now.
yeah.
So the other day I snuck in and he's walking up the hallway going, "Oh, oh, oh," and I went, "What are you doing?" And he turned around and looked at me like it wasn't me. It's so funny. Let's see. There we go. Lewis, what is this? Oh, Angela said it was 9:45 in the morning
Oh
there
yeah.
in New Zealand. Angela.
My husband's
Let's
mom
see.
recently passed in October last year. She was a very toxic. You think she's toxic? Oh my God! I'm surprised she's decaying. She's so full of toxicity.
Ooh, you picked that
Um,
up?
oh yeah, like she's evil.
Oh, wow.
She's a shit. She was a shit pot disturber.
Right.
Like his family seems to be causing trouble from the grave. Very unsettling from us. You know what you can do, Angela, just for a little bit more peace of mind. I call it the freezing technique. Now, it's not something I've made up.
I usually do that when I used to get Botox. It's called the freezing technique.
That's right. Just put in place.
I was like, hello.
So write her name on a very, very small piece of paper. Just her first name's fine, Angela. And then I want you to fold it in half, then fold it in half again. And then get a little shot glass. We have dollar stores up here, Dollar Trees in the States. Just go to whatever dollar store thing you have in Australia, and just get a little shot glass. Fill it 3/4 full of water. Take that little piece of paper that you folded up, stick it down to the bottom of the shot glass until it stays there. Put it in your ice box freezer and forget about it. And then you're going to start seeing the energy shift.
Oh my God. Way back when I was having the lawsuit issues with the idiots across the street, Sloan, Bella, the fabulous Sloan, she writes me, she sends me this recipe, and I had to get these little mason jars.
Yep.
And there was like vinegar,
Yep.
jalapeno peppers. I mean, all this stuff. And I had to write stuff down and put them together, seal it, and put them in the freezer. I was like, what? What? And I forgot. I finally took them out after the lawsuit was over and we won. But I forgot she'd also given me another one, which were these other ones that I had in the back stored in Esther's closet. And I forgot I had them. And it was the witch that tried to steal my show as well and was just out of my life. And Sloan goes, honey, you need to put this. Here's the recipe. And she sent me the YouTube video. But yes, it works. It works. And it was pretty.
Right, Richard, don't use ice cubes.
What's that?
Richard says just don't use ice cubes.
Yeah.
Let it freeze.
Use the ice cube. But no, that stuff works. I mean, it does. It works. How you doing on time, honey?
I'm good.
Let's see, what do we got?
Don't worry, TJ. Your world's gonna get ironed out eventually by September. And you'll probably be getting your kitty cat back around that time, if not a little bit sooner.
Was he on? What did I miss?
You had a question up above. I saw it earlier, and I was talking about.
Oh, he moved and had to leave his cat
just
behind.
recently, or I'm just assuming he. It could be a she. Not it, but she could be a she. It could be whatever.
Oh, by the way, thank you, Bobby Bashaw. Bobby Bashaw gave me a tip. She tipped us $4.99.
Yeah,
I love it. She always does that. By the way, if you tip us, it helps us pay for all of our streaming and stuff like that. That's if you're on YouTube. YouTube is really, really cool. So thank you, Bobby. She always, every time Bobby comes in, she always throws in a $5, and it's so cute. Let's see. Hold on. May I have a read?
Tammy, are you sure you want to be in Georgia? Like just,
where did I miss? I got
at the very bottom.
Oh, there it is. It hadn't flipped for me. Do you see me in Georgia, Lewis?
I mean, Georgia, I'm not going to say it's a hard no, but it's kind of like, do you want fake diamonds or do you want real diamonds? Like, it's almost like a settling kind of energy for me. But then don't go to Georgia. I don't give a shit. Don't go to Georgia. Your body's already telling you resistance. So why fight resistance? Why settle? That's what I keep hearing. Why settle?
Lori says, I have found shards of broken plates in my backyard. Can you tell me how I got there? I was going to say a bowl in a china cabinet. It came to me as ball lid. It's a bowl in a china cabinet, Lori. Oh, Bobby, thank you. You're so sweet. Thank you so much. I know sometimes it just hits. Hi, Sweet Eyes Lattimore.
No, Tammy, you're not going to Georgia. I mean, if you do, go visit, go eat a peach, but don't move there.
Where in Georgia?
I don't care.
Oh God, I was Lori laughed. Thank you, Lori. I'm glad you laughed. But shards of broken plates in your backyard? Did you piss off the neighbors?
Who's skeet shooting?
Yeah, skeet shooting. It's like, hold on, that's so funny. I mean, I can see that now. Hey,
Honestly,
hey,
Bobby.
Lori.
Oh, sorry. Honestly, Lori, I don't
Hey,
see.
Lori, what's going on?
Yeah, I don't see any human doing that. Hi, Ange from Australia.
Oh my God. Hey,
You
Ange.
Aussies, oi, oi, oi.
You know, people don't realize, but we get there's so many people from all over the world here right now. We've got New Zealand, Australia, we've got Canada, the UK. It's pretty amazing. New York, all over the United States are here. It's pretty amazing. It really is. And I just love it. Texas don't go down to Georgia, but the devil did.
The devil
went
did.
down to Georgia.
Look what happened. You had to have a fiddle fight.
When did you do that? Hold on. Let's see. Michael, when did you do that freeze? It reminded me of
When
Ben
you did
Stiller's.
that freeze.
When you did that.
Question.
What am I missing? Oh my God, Corby, thank you. That is very generous. Thank you very, very much. You're too sweet. I don't know. What is Ben Stiller's Blue Magnum? Am I just dumb?
Oh, you did a facial expression that looked like Ben Stiller's Blue Magnum. No, well, that's your Botox face.
That? Oh, this?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. My Ben Stiller. That's what I do. No, I stopped getting I stopped getting Botox over a year ago.
Yeah, about that.
Over a year ago. Because I went, why do I want this? I'm not going anywhere. I can use filters. But then again, I found out, I've got wrinkles again in my forehead. I've got wrinkles in between here. But I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying I'm never going to do it again. But Lewis, one of the things I was thinking about doing was threads. The PDO threads are huge here in Vegas right now. And I was watching the opera. It's so cheap. And what they do is they
put collagen threading in your
Yes. And I saw that and I went, wow. Because I remember, for those of you that remember, when I first did Esther back in 1998, 99, and they did the prosthetics, they had to put the prosthetics on so I would have all this stuff hanging down.
It's natural.
Now, I just shade it. It's there.
You contour it.
I just contour it and everything. But no, I was thinking about getting the PDO threads. I thought, wow, because they're like a lot cheaper than getting cut with, having them slice and dice. But I was watching them. I was like, I mean, I don't have that much going. But anyway, hold on.
You know what, Lori? I was like going, it's not in your family, but that would make sense that someone's throwing stuff over your fence. And do the neighbors have kids? Oh, Tammy, you're so sweet, but you don't really know Michael that well then. I'm kidding. He's adorable.
Thank you, Corby. Yes, Allie would kick. She's so funny. Everybody loves Allie. We miss her. She still shows up. I swear to God. Thank you again, Corby. Both are always nice. Yeah, right. Well, Tammy was one of the people that actually I remember said a couple of weeks ago when I had Marty roll. And she said she was happy that Esther allowed the other side to speak. And
Right.
I will always allow the other side to speak. I may not agree, but I'm not going to deny you having your voice. And Tammy was one of those people that she is, I believe, a Republican, I think, if I can remember correctly. But you know what? You can, as with religion, you can worship and politicize any way you want. So anyway, hey, Rhonda.
TJ is trying to get your attention, Michael, by guessing who TJ is, because TJ knows you from back in 2003.
The old Vegas videos on Vegas video on the screen. TJ, are you? Did we meet 2003? I was in Washington D.C. Have I known you since D.C.? I mean, I know the name. I see TJ, pops in. I can't believe it's been that long since I first saw you. 2003-ish. Well, I was in Vegas. No. I was in 2003. December. Okay, here we go. December the 7th, a day that goes down in infamy. December the 7th, 2003, I got on a plane and flew back to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
After I dealt with Nashville and getting off drugs and all that stuff. And so 2003, TJ, would be It would be
Either Washington or LA.
yeah, Washington. Yeah, that would be it. I'm a centrist libertarian, but I like some things from each party. But I don't. But even I know it takes two wings to fly, both right
So
and
true.
left. True, so true. So it was Washington, TJ. I can't. You help me here. So it was roughly around them.
What's your nationality, TJ?
He's trying to find out if you're Latin, which was I just did something I've never done before today.
That's hard to believe.
No, I have never talked about a boyfriend on the shows ever.
Thanks, Lori. No, you haven't. Never.
I have never done that, and so
You
I'm
talked
honestly-
about boyfriends and relationships, but not
right. But I've
someone
never
specific.
stuck a picture up and did that. I don't know what made me do that, but he goes, I'm so embarrassed. Yes, no, you're not. You're fine. He's in Italy. It must be what time is it there? It must be 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night there.
Italy's 5 hours ahead.
Yeah.
So it's 10
no.
o'clock. Yeah.
So it's 10 o'clock at night. Yeah. And everything. But we have a great Lewis, when you come on, we get so many people that pop on. It is that is so cool.
I love it.
Lewis, you're gonna have the most awesome vacation.
I know, Bobby. I'm looking so forward to this. This is the previous vacation I had in January was not my vacation. Wasn't my idea of a vacation. I went because there's an opportunity.
Is that the place
But
south of
this
the border?
one, that was south of the border.
Right.
This one is by design me. So this is going to be an amazing vacation, and I'm meeting up with amazing friends and that sort of thing. So I can't wait. And it's my first time in both Lisboa and Gran Canaria. So I'm really looking for, and every person I know that has ever been to Portugal or Lisbon have said such a beautiful country / city. And oh my God, Alex, I have been thinking about Alex for such a long time. And I know he moved, Rhonda. Like I need to, I want to email me his phone number because I don't have it anymore. So, oh my God, I've been thinking about him. So yes. Portugal, I can't wait. Everyone says it's beautiful.
I've never been. It sounds great.
Yeah, and people are very friendly there. So,
people are beautiful there. My friends were just there. They do cruises and stuff all the time. And he and his husband were just there. They were sending pictures, and it was so beautiful. It was so clean. It was just so clean and pretty.
Yeah.
Almost that clean, like what's that place in the Greek islands that is all white and blue?
Oh, Santorini.
It just has that clean feel. When you look at Santorini, everything's clean.
Santorini has the best sunsets that I've seen so far.
Things I want to do. Things.
Well, my favorite island in the world is Corfu, Greece.
Right, because you stay there when you've gone there, right?
Yeah. I have friends there as well, and I get to inhabit the island and live like a local, and I love it.
Oh, that is so cool. I know.
Yeah.
I remember Diego and his family wanted me to come with them on the boat and sail the Greek islands, and I never got to do that. But no, it's all good. It's all good. So how we doing, Lewis?
I'm good.
Fine on time?
I'm fine.
Okay. As I got older, me and Esther crossed paths. I'm still trying to get TJ. I wasn't in Vegas in 2003 unless you lived in Vegas, because in 2003 I left Washington, D.C., moved to L.A. I moved there to create the Paul Lynde Show. And I didn't come to Vegas until 2015. So you must have seen me online or something. Maybe that's what it was, TJ.
Yeah, Richard. Cancers don't like traveling very far. It's kind of like crossing the street makes you feel homesick. With a lot of cancers.
Libra, love my home. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, Libras are very much the same way. Libras love the balance, so they try to create balance within their spaces. So when they leave their balance space, they feel out of balance. So yeah.
Right. Come to Italy. Why
Let me
don't you
see.
come
Look
to
at
Italy?
like I love this international vibe that we have going on.
I know it's like we've gone global.
Absolutely, Karen. Meet me at
We've
the
gone
airport on
global.
Tuesday. Um,
I just remember being a child and you were in Vegas. So you had to see me in 19. I don't know how old you are, TJ, but
he's 35 now, or TJ's 35 now. I assume that TJ's a male or identifies as a
Las
male.
Vegas. My date. I think your dates are wrong, TJ, because the last time I was in Vegas working was 1981. 81.
He was 12.
I was doing a kindergarten show. Uh, no, I was doing a pilot with Mel Tillis that was shot here. My nephew is living in Corfu.
If you haven't gone, Lisa, to Corfu to visit your nephew, go. Because they have this Corfiet dish with oh crap, now the skewers, souvlaki. And they make it a very special way with a red sauce. It is so freaking good, and you really can only get it in Corfu. So get over to Corfu, have your souvlaki with red sauce. You will die. So it's cancer here too, June 28th. Wow. Angela, your cancer has a lot of, with the June 28th vibe. You're stuck in cancer, but you're not all total cancer, by the way. Go to your conception time, and you'll also read when the month you were conceived, kind of thing, 9 months, obviously, and you will find that you are also whatever sign is in that month as well.
He's so funny. This
He's
crazy
just like,
he's just like, I'm sitting here with Daddy on camera. He's gonna fall
happy
asleep.
equinox, Tasha. Yes, spring is finally here in the northern hemisphere.
It
So Angela,
is.
you're happy fall, I guess, right? Because the southern hemisphere is the opposite season than us.
Wow,
So
we've got amazing. Most of the people today are coming from Esther Goldberg TV on YouTube. Thank you.
awesome.
Thank you, everybody. Is Barbara DeBella still around? Hey, Barbara, are you still around? Everybody from Paul Lind left. Oh, there's 3 people from Paul Lind. A couple of people from the Esther. Yeah, everybody's from. A
lot of people are tuning in from YouTube.
Yeah, which is good. Are you going to do a live with Michael on 4/4?
Oh, let's see. I will be in.
Oh, honey, he'll be jet lagged out of his ass.
No, I'm not. I will still be. That's a
In the air.
Monday. I will still
No,
be
it's a Sunday.
in Gran Canaria, but depending on what my plan is, and if Michael's going live, I have to figure out what the time difference is.
Well, it'll be nighttime no matter, unless
So
I
it's
do it early.
9:07. It's 9:07 right now. So it's 7. Yeah, 7 hours difference right now.
Well, we'll see. You might.
Yeah.
Well, they have better internet in Europe in lots of places. The Wi-Fi is so incredible. You know.
Yeah,
Yes.
Rhonda, go ahead. Send it on Facebook, or you can even send it on Instagram.
Aw, that's so sweet. How cool is that?
Yeah, Alex and I, you've known Alex for 19 years, you said, Rhonda. I've known Alex, I think Moses is walking the earth still. Yeah. Oh, Aries. Both my parents are Aries. And try growing up with that. Power struggle, power struggle, power struggle. But yeah, send me a message, please, Rhonda, with his info. Barbara's still here, Michael.
Yeah, I see it. And TJ, now I know. You saw me on Now Live way back in the day. That would have been 2005. I was living on Bluffside in Studio City, and we did Now Live. And me and Buddha, remember Jessica Budafuco? She was the daughter of the woman who mother was attacked by the girl that was with Joey Buttafuoco back in the day.
Yeah.
And Buddha was one of the hosts at Now Live, and she and I would do shows together, but I would go in as Esther dressed up. I remember I had my little BMW, and I would drive down on the Hollywood freeway, Ventura Freeway, the 101 up to Camarillo, where the studios were, dressed as Esther. And I just remember people, as I'm driving this little BMW with the red hair and the jewelry, people were just like honking.
That's funny.
Hit the, what is it? Yes, thank you. Hit the like button on YouTube, people.
I was born in July '69 between Stonewall and Jesus, Richard. No wonder you're an advocate for social justice.
Oh my God. Okay, two Aries parents.
Yeah, Samantha, welcome to my world.
You have 2 Aries parents?
I have 2 Aries parents.
Wow.
One's Peter Pan and one is
wow. The Fine Brothers. Yes, I remember the Fine Brothers. They're doing really well. They do children's programming. They don't talk to me anymore. And when they got famous, they stopped talking to me. It was really weird. It was like they didn't know I existed. And it was so bizarre. And we did, if you remember way back then, TJ, we did the Joe Nation series, The Assassins. And
that's right.
We did Assassins, which was one of the biggest YouTube series ever. And Esther was the villain in that. And then that, blew up, those crazy people. Remember that? The kid, they didn't want to give me any credit. Even though I wrote the whole damn thing for the kid. But yes, that's what it was, TJ.
And look what happened to him.
Well, he's living back in Maryland.
Yeah.
I think he's doing video stuff, but he's not in Hollywood anymore. He got married to the girl. He got married to the girl.
Oh, the
Asian girl.
Yeah.
I think she was Filipino. I'm not sure, but
I think
got
she's
married. And so they live back then. Yep. It's been a long time, TJ. I don't think Now Live's been around since 2008, if it was. So it's a long, long ago. How is Champers doing? He's right here, Rhonda. He's still in my arms, and he's just there. He is. Kisses. Aw, there he goes.
Aquarius and Pisces. That's interesting. Air and water. I mean, I'm a cusp baby. I'm both. I'm more Pisces than Aquarius, but definitely, I understand that. Cancer, mom, dad, and grandma. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Wow. That must have been an interesting upbringing, Samantha, with all cancers around you. Were you able to cross the street by yourself when you were 23? Yeah.
Okay.
And
okay, Bobby, I just felt sick.
Yeah, this Taki person should be shot. I don't advocate violence, but come on, this is, and speaking of artifacts in Egypt and all that sort of thing, in the next couple of years, there's going to be a massive, huge find of a hidden tomb that feels to me like it's going to be untouched. So we're going to have a lot more insights into how the ancient Egyptians lived with greater detail.
My friend Jeff Mack is in Egypt right now. He just sent video from inside King Tut's tomb and artifacts and stuff. So he's there right now. Do you know Jeff? Do you?
Yeah, I know of Jeff.
Mack? Yeah. He's in Denver now. He was in DC. He was running the Kennedy Center Opera.
Yeah.
And then he went to Chicago. And then he now took the job for the Matthew Shepard Foundation, running that.
Yeah.
And so he's there doing that. And he and his friends are in Egypt right now. So he keeps putting these videos up. And I go, where are you? Are you in a tomb, a mausoleum, or a museum? Jesus. I said, are you drinking? Please tell us where you're at. Because it's all this really cool stuff. And you want to know, was it inside a pyramid?
Right.
What is it?
Yeah.
But
yeah, Chris, my husband and myself were both born December 23rd. Is there any significance to that physically, spiritually? Not really. This is more so about synchronicity between the two of you, that you just happen to share a birthday and you're probably drawn to each other's energy that way. But it looks to me like physically you're compatible anyway. And spiritually, I think that you both are on a quest, maybe not the same quest spiritually, but it does seem to me like the both of you have a probably a better understanding than the average. So yeah, but this is again, to me, this is human synchronicity.
How
So
cool is that? Everybody's there. We go. I'm a Leo sun. I was running around the whole town like a house cat would.
oh God, yeah, Samantha. Like do not tie me down. You know, how dare you tell me what to do?
I'm telling you, I'm a Virgo with a Leo rising, huh? And a moon in Scorpio, huh? He's so funny. Well, damn, we've done an hour and 14 minutes. Uh-oh.
Wow.
Look who's trying to get my attention.
Yes,
What?
he is.
What
is
is
it OUT time?
in a minute? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah, it is. It's 2:15. He usually walks at 1.
Ah.
Well, Lewis, hang on, but when we sign off, but this has been fun.
This has been fun.
Everybody, give a big old hand clap to Lewis for spending some time with us before he heads halfway around the world to the other side.
Well, for you it is.
Everybody, thank you so much, Corby, Bobby. Thank you for the little tips and stuff. Lewis, you have very safe travels. Okay.
Thank you.
And if you get to a place that has good internet, hit me up.
I will. Well, where I'm staying in Gran Canaria does have internet, so
yeah, we'll flip on the elbow cough. we'll flip on the lights and turn it on, and we'll do a quickie because everybody will tune in, you know. Or if you give me the heads up, like, hey, I can be there in an hour, I can throw it up there. Once again, give it up for Lewis Mabee, one of the most incredible psychic mediums. He's a comedian when he comes on my show. All the information to get a hold of Lewis is on the YouTube profile as well as the other profiles. Barbara says, have a good time too. I'm Michael Arrington. Sunday afternoons. I'll be back here next Sunday. Esther will be back midweek. And keep watching Politics is a Drag. Love you guys and thank you for supporting us. Bye-bye.